Welcome to viewing Revit files via web. In the previous lesson, we learned how to view documents in PDF file format. In this video, you'll learn how to leverage viewing 2D views and 3D views from Revit in files in a web browser. Before we begin, let's make sure we're in the correct Autodesk product and project, then click Files in the side navigation bar. Now, let's navigate to a folder in our folder structure that contains Revit files. Select a Revit or .rvt file from any folder. It'll open to a 3D view by default. Notice that the navigation tool at the bottom is slightly different compared to viewing a PDF file. There are additional tools for viewing a 3D model like the Orbit tool, which moves the camera around a focal point in the model, and the First Person tool, which allows us to view a model as if we're physically walking inside the space. Another option is the Section Analysis tool, where we can cut sections to view various aspects of our model. Also available in the navigation tools are Measure, to measure distance and angles, and Properties, to view properties of objects or elements in the model. Moving the cursor toward the left of the screen, click on the Sheets and Views icon. There are two tabs in the Sheets and Views window, a 2D tab and 3D tab. The 2D and 3D views that we see in this list are the sheets and views included in a selected set or sets from the published settings in Revit when files were uploaded. This is where we can switch from the current view to view a 2D sheet or another 3D view. Below the Sheets and Views button, while we're viewing a 3D model, is the Levels button. This is where we can view specific levels in our model. In this example, the Revit model has 9 levels. We can switch to view different levels in the model, or we may select a level to view. Click on the X in the Levels window to exit. Below the Levels button is the Issues button, where we see all issues associated with the view. Below the Issues button, we see the Model Browser button. Click it to control the visibility of levels, elements, and objects in the view. Let's move our cursor to the upper right-hand corner and click on the Compare button to open the Compare Documents window. Let's look at a 2D view from the Revit model. Select one with the current version for document A, and choose a previous version of the same view for document B. Then select Compare. A window highlighting the changes between the two versions of documents becomes visible. This window indicates what has been added in the current version, what has been removed from the previous version, and what has been modified. These changes can be graphical, like the thickness or angle of a wall, or changing a door to a window, or indicating a modification of type and material properties. We can also toggle to isolate different views. For example, we can turn off Modified and Removed to view only the objects added in the model. Comparing 3D views from Revit also displays the same compare features. Before we close this Changes dialog, notice that we may export these changes into a CSV document. Click Exit Comparing when done with the Compare tool. Click Exit Viewer to return to the Files page. Viewing other supported 3D file formats like NWD or NWC, which refer to Navisworks data and cached files, or IFC, which are based on industry foundation classes, is similar to viewing Revit files. Most of the tools we used in this lesson are also available when viewing other supported 3D file formats. In this video, you learned how to leverage viewing 2D views and 3D views from Revit in files in a web browser.